So, hi guys. As promised, today I'm going to recite the poem titled Pyaar Ka Nazariya or Perspectives of Love. Now, to start with the point we had left yesterday in the previous video कि जब प्यार का नजरिया खोता है तब नया नजरिया आजमाने में थोड़ा वक्त लगता है. अच्छा मान लेते हैं थोड़ा वक्त लगता है. But does that mean we are left without a perspective for our entire life? Does that mean that when we are heartbroken, we just give up on life? A human without a perspective. It's beyond imagination. Yes, I believe that for a time being we lose our perspectives, we become numb, we become clueless, we become empty, we become depressed. But sometime or the other, we come across some curious perspective, a new worldview, which allows our curiosity to weave a new perspective again. For some, it can happen within a year, for others, it can take years, but it happens. Simply put, a person who has experienced a heartbreak, it's not like he or she will never recover. Recovery is actually the most beautiful part of a heartbreak. Because sometimes it introduces you to that part of yourself which you never knew existed. So, the perspective of love, even if you lose it, not at that immediate moment, but years later, you realize that you had never lost it or it had never betrayed you. Blame it on the person, don't blame it on love. It always teaches you to live, doesn't it? So, on that note, let's start with the poem. And yes, do give your suggestions as to did you like it or in ways in which maybe I can make it simpler for you people. So, on that note, let's begin. You were my truth, and I shall never lie. Even if I did, it was the reality through my eyes. Perspectives make you choose the version of truth which you like. And irrespective of several criticism, my love had painted a beautiful sight. My affection had filled the canvas with glittery shine. And with time, the paint prevailed. But the sparkles went out of sight. Yes, you were my truth, and now you had lied. ठीक है, it's okay. Yes, you were my reality, but now my imagination could no longer try. But thanks to you, for I didn't lose myself. I had no perspective, so I wrote empty deception. But the world is a funny place. The minds are so many, they can never perceive emptiness in its own dark way. That is the beauty of human minds. We never leave darkness in a dark place. And thus, when I had woven poems of no perception, each reader had taught me. Empty canvas, impossible deception. सच भी था, true. Yes, I was a coward to not nurture a new perspective. I kept believing in the lies, sometimes hoping to lock the past times. But when I had poured my thoughts on the paper, it was an empty canvas. But people were the paint. Even if my rhythms were broken, it was repaired in a golden frame. Why? Because an empty canvas is never meant to be pale. कैनवस होता ही है उसमें पेंट करने के लिए, टू फिल इट विथ कलर्स. So you can never leave a canvas empty. Maybe the painting which is like drawn on it, the painting may not be the type which you imagined. but maybe it can be a new creation. But a canvas is not supposed to remain pale. Words are empty canvas, and readers are the best painters. So, criticisms added the darker shades, compliments added the subtle ones. But on the whole, when the picture was complete, it was a painting worth 1,000 tons. Hmm. My perspective of love was lost far behind. It was. But I had never lost my originality. It just lacked the warmth to shine. And when, in my pain, people put their beliefs, in my curious mind, knowledge began to seep. And there you go. If love uprooted my tree of viewpoint, if you are blaming love, it is for you. If love uprooted my tree of viewpoint, on the same grounds, on the very same grounds, a new life had reaped. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the poem. And just to clear a few parts in the poem so that the viewers find it easier to understand, one of such lines is it was a painting worth 1,000 tons. Now, we usually refer like tons with weightage, right? So that's what I'm doing here. Not a painting worth $1 million or $1 trillion, but 1,000 tons in the sense of weightage. Like it has so many paints on it, so many opinions and viewpoints and thoughts and perspectives that it's so colorful. It has its own weightage to it. It is not just a painting, it is a painting with a weightage. So there you go. The other line is the last paragraph, that is, and when in my pain people put their beliefs, in my curious mind knowledge began to seep. See, when we are conveying our pain, people do not enjoy it. It's not like they're enjoying ki wah 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 dukh hai, mast baat hai. Nahi nahi, it's not like that. It's just that when you are in pain and you are writing empty words, people don't see it as empty because they haven't suffered that pain. So it is also a new perspective to them. It is a new perspective to them. In that pain, in that whatever way you present it, be it writing, be it communication, be it through any art form, when you convey it, for people it's a new experience. So, if love uprooted the tree of viewpoint, on the same grounds, a new life has reaped. Because ये उन लोगों के लिए है जो ये मानते हैं कि प्यार ने मेरा जिंदगी उजाड़ दिया है. नहीं, नहीं, life doesn't ujrofy zindagi. Okay, it's just that at that time maybe the old tree is uprooted and maybe it is making a space for a new life to grow on it. And sometimes that new life makes us feel so fresh, so lively, that it basically feels as if you have been given a new life. So it's like when you recover from a heartbreak, it's like you are starting a new life. You start discovering those parts of yourself which you didn't know that it existed within you, that it was there, that it was a part of you. And then you are like, I had this. I mean, yes, you had this. So the last two lines are basically referring to that. So, with that, I hope I was able to decipher the possible metaphors, which can be a bit difficult. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the poem. And I'll really appreciate if you people give me some suggestions, your opinions, and if you keep supporting me. So, on that note, thank you, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new poem.